Port Banjul on Tuesday successfully hosted a high-level diplomacy day event under the theme strengthening trade ties through diplomacy and partnership at the African Princess Hotel. The gathering brought together members of the diplomatic corps, government officials and key port stakeholders to promote dialogue and highlight recent developments at the port of Banjul on the Alport's management. Mama Baro again.
In a bid to showcase its registered successes since assuming operation at the port of Banjul, Alport hosted a diplomacy day event at the African Princess Hotel with a view to foster dialogue and expose the developments at the port of Banjul under Alberak's management. Under the theme Strengthening Trade Ties Through Diplomacy and Partnership, the high-level event brought together members of the diplomatic corps, Gambia government officials, and port stakeholders. The event began with a guided tour to visit key operational zones, including cargo handling, container yard, and stock area. The acting director and country manager, Mr. Salih Levant Kakar, led the discussions, followed by a presentation on modernization agenda, outlining the objectives of the concession and expectations, Alport Banjul's operations, and diplomatic relations.
The time that we came in the port, there were about 8 number of reach stackers, but only 4 of them were functioning. We fixed about 3 of them and started operation with them. Then we ordered 4 reach stackers from abroad. But because of the after Corona effects, the lead times is prolonged. Like when you go to any manufacturer, you can say easy 3 from the 6 months. So, and added to this is the shipping time. So right now we are waiting for our orders to come inside the port. We already ordered construction equipment which are already at the construction site. 3 of our trucks already there, and 4 terminal tractors already entered in our port as of last week, and 4 reach stackers, 2 empty container handlers, and 1 forklifts are already coming.
Stackers is the machine that
you know the
that
big
takes,
big type of machines
that takes
the containers
right?
out and move it. Yes, there are 2 types. One is for full, one of them is for empty. So 4 full and 2 empties already ordered coming in. So once we have those machines, you will see the port efficiency will increase tremendously.
The concession partnership between the Gambia government and Alberak Group marks a significant milestone in the modernization of Gambia's maritime sector and represents the largest infrastructure and port project in the country's history. The agreement, which was signed in July 2024 and became effective in February 2025, is designed to enhance the Gambia's role as a leading trade and logistic hub in West Africa. It also stands as the largest foreign direct investment ever received by the Gambia. Meanwhile, the managing director of the Gambia Ports Authority also shared insights while outlining the importance of the concession. He emphasized the initiative aims to enhance efficiency, boost productivity, recognizing its potential to drive growth and improve operations.
So one of the highlights that we have realized in this concession agreement with Alberak is that the investor, apart from doing the rehabilitation and improving the efficiency in Banjul for the next 6 years, is also committed to do all the financial investment that is required to do a new deep sea port in the southern coastline of this country. The fundamental advantage of having a new deep sea port is that the constraints that we have been having in accommodating ships in Banjul will be addressed. Banjul is a port that is located in an estuary, and there's some perennial problems associated with the efficient management of the port. Principally, because it's an estuary, there is constant need for dredging, because the channel entrance into Banjul restricts the size of vessels that can call to 9.3 meters. The other problem is that there was a climate resilience study that was prepared by AAAP in support by the African Development Bank. And it identified the climate risk and vulnerability stress test for Banjul and identified 3 major risks for Banjul. One is the threat of sea level rise by up to 1 meter around the year 2040. There's increased precipitation, and the capacity to expand towards the city is constrained by the port being within a residential neighborhood and within the central commercial district in Banjul.
DG Jabate further addresses concerns from stakeholders while welcoming their contributions. Under the 30-year concession agreement, Alport Banjul, Albright Group, and the Gambia Ports Authority has assumed management of the port of Banjul with a mandate to update key port facilities, develop a new deep-sea port in Sanyang, and establish terminals in Kaur and Basse. Since Alport Banjul took over operations, the port has achieved a remarkable operational milestone. For the first time, there are no ships going to dock, a significant improvement widely welcomed by citizens, especially members of business community who usually face enormous challenges and delay at the ports. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Mamadi Ba.